discuss the correlation between industry, British Empire and colonization, social and political changes. The British Empire was one of the most ambitious attempts in colonization across the globe. At points in history, it was nicknamed the Empire on which the sun never sets due to its expanse. From the 1600s to the 1900s, Britain gained colonies in North America, Australia, and New Zealand, Africa, and India. Despite the loss of some colonies, the British Empire eventually led to the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution was essentially the transitioning from crafting goods by hand to using steam machines and steam-powered mills. These new manufacturing methods improved speed and efficiency when processing raw resources and manufacturing everyday items from them. This meant houses were beginning to be drained, which improved sanitation and accessibility of utilities, although still very inferior to residences of high-class people. Conditions in urban slums improved. Not always, overcrowding, polluted air, disease, crime, prostitution, and alcoholism. But why did it start in Britain? Great. Britain had large territorial claims across the world, ruling approximately 25% of the world's population and landmass. Britain exploited many of its colonies' raw resources and slaves. Needs to fuel a revolution. However, some social and political points had influence on the Industrial Revolution too. Before the Industrial Revolution, the British were socially and politically unstable. Its isolation as an island nation meant it did not fight in many of the wars of continental Europe. When it did fight wars, the British government carefully financed it, ensuring that they would not go bankrupt. This also proves that Britain was politically peaceful at that time. This stability and prosperity encouraged political freedom and thought within Britain. Many businessmen were willing to take risks to embrace capitalism. This was still socially acceptable, as there was more flexibility in making decisions in mainland Europe. There were more government restrictions, which limited opportunities for new ideas. British people originally worked on farms in the agriculture sector. Although there is no exact date for the start of the Industrial Revolution, the first industries relating to the production of cotton, coal, wool, and iron led to major economic activity in major cities and towns.
People began moving to urban areas for a better standard of living. Because urbanization brought people of varying social classes together, a new class, the middle class, was formed. Working mainly as businessmen and professionals, they earned decent salaries. They could more easily afford food, housing, daily necessities, as well as fine clothing and additional expenses. Their high standard of living eventually drove population. They pushed for mass production of consumer goods as well as more educational opportunities, which the highest class, the aristocrats, were already well educated, equipped with their needs. Industrialization had brought significant social change, and political power of this new middle class increased throughout the 19th century.
On the contrary, the lower class of factory workers had trouble adapting to their poor conditions in the city. Resentful workers began demanding for improved welfare, social and political equality for factory workers. However, many workers turned violent, destroying machines which had replaced their jobs. Karl Marx, an activist for social revolution, suggested that the Industrial Revolution was being pushed by capitalism. This is capitalism. Marx supported socialism, advocating to make industries publicly owned. This social system was popular with this lower class. Meanwhile, the workers who violently reacted to job losses or wage reductions were ultimately stamped out by the government. Nevertheless, many working class reformers continued to push for fair rights, and in 1838 published a People's Charter. Its supporters submitted the petition to the House of Commons of the United Kingdom 3 times, but to no avail. They were rejected immediately. Many chartists saw the government's political corruption, but with no power at all, eventually gave up and emigrated to other countries. The introduction of industries brought political unstableness to Britain and social inequality within the working class society. In conclusion, Britain went through political and social change because of the Industrial Revolution. Throughout the colonization of the land, the British Empire formed, which along with political and social stableness helped trigger industrialization. This caused people to move to urban cities in search for a better future or economic opportunities. Within this came major social divisions. The middle and upper class controlled the political power, while the working class experienced both social inequality and political injustice. Despite the many technological innovations